Hi, welcome back to ReadWithUs. My name is Hudzen and I'm going to read The Christmas Pig by Ch3. Chapter 3 Changes. Dad didn't live with them anymore after that. Mom and Dad explained to Jack that they had separately didn't want to be married anymore. Jack told them that they understood. He said that other people at school had his moms and dads who didn't live together. He could tell they needed him to be alright about it. So he pretended he was, but some nights after Mom kissed him and closed the door, Jax cried into DP's limp body. DP knew and understood everything without being told. He knew about the hard lump in Jack's chest. His trotters wiped away Jack's tears. Jack didn't have to pretend in the dirt with DP. Soon after Jack's 6th birthday, Dad took him out for a burger and gave him a big box of Legos and explained that he had gotten a job aboard. I can talk to you all the time, so Jack, said Dad. You can fly an airplane, visit me, it'll be fun, won't it? Jack didn't think it sounded nearly as much fun as having a dad around to play with, but he didn't say that. Jack was getting used to not saying things. Nick's mom told him that it might be a good idea if they moved to Gran and Grandpa, who could take care of Jack when she needed to work late. She had a new job at a big hospital, and Grandpa had found them a lovely house with a garden just 2 streets away from Gran and Grandpa's house. Gran and Grandpa owned a very naughty dog called Toby. Jack found Toby the dog funny. But I will have to leave school, asked Jack, thinking of his best friend Freddie. Yes, said Mom, but there's a school very near our new house. You'll love it. I don't think I will, said Jack. He didn't want to move and he didn't want a new school. Mom didn't seem to understand. Jack didn't want any more changes. He wanted to stay with DP and his friend and with school in the old house, where he had and DP so many adventures. Gran and Grandpa talked to Jack on the phone. They told him how much they were looking forward to him and Mom coming over to live near them, and what fun they had playing with Toby the dog in the park. So Jack said it was all right, but he didn't really mean it. The only person who seemed to understand was DP. Jack knew DP would miss all their favorite hiding places too. A few weeks after Mom told Jack about the new house, Jack said goodbye to his teacher and Freddie. The next day, the removal men came and took away everything that made the old house look like home. And Mom drove Jack and DP 100 miles in their car. Jack had to admit that the journey was fun. DP sat on Jack's lap, and Mom and Jack played I Spy and stopped for pizza and ice cream halfway, but Mom let Jack bag 2 gobstoppers out of the gumball machine, one for him and one for DP, although Jack was explaining to Mom in the back of the car that he had to eat DP's for him. He hadn't expected to, but Jack liked the new house. His bedroom was next to Mom's, and there was a tall tree outside his window. Ren and Grandpa arrived 5 minutes later after they did, with bags to fill up the fridge. The first thing Toby the dog was try to snatch away Jack's hand. No, Toby, you know DP's mine, said Jack. He showed DP down in front of his sweatshirt to keep him safe, but with his head sticking out so DP could see what was going on. The removal men lifted all their familiar furniture into the house. Mom and Gran put away all the kitchen things while Jack and Grandpa, Toby the dog, and DP explored the garden. It had lots of interesting hiding places and excellent high perches for DP, but Jack kept him close because he didn't trust Toby the dog not to snatch him away again. That night, Jack held DP in the bed, breathing in his familiar, comfortable smell. The slightly agreed that moving day hadn't been nearly as bad as Jack expected. There were no contrasts on Jack's window. No, there were no curtains on Jack's window yet, but DP and Jack, when the leaves fluttering against the darkening sky outside before they fell asleep. Chapter 4.